Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kinna, and please look at this picture. This is a photo of our last night party, and the girl is me. And last night I was invited to attend my best friend Annie's birthday party. There were more than 20 people in this party where we enjoyed games or joked with one another in the function room of GH2. And it was such a happy and unforgettable time for me. However, I was thinking for the whole night. What was I thinking? Yes, the presentation of storytelling for next day, which is today. Actually, it was really a struggling time for me because I could not really completely devote myself into this party. And now please look at this picture. It shows that what I usually do to deal with my work. Yes, waiting until the last second. So it's, sorry, I was a little bit nervous. And last night, all kinds of stories emerged in my mind and flashed away as a brainstorm occurred. So it has been 10 days since the assignment was given. Now please visualize this. It's 11 p.m. late in the night. The panicking, heart racing, hands flying, and the presentation is still early next morning. Staring at the computer, I wished that I could not wait until last night, realizing that if I have done it right after it was assigned, I could have avoided this kind of stress and spent a more enjoyable time with my friends. Now here comes my topic, procrastination. Now could you please tell me whether you are facing the same problem of procrastination as me? If you are not facing this problem, remember, if you are not, please raise your hand. Yeah, only one. Maybe you are the super planners. It seems that most of us are in the same situation. Yes, to prepare for this topic, I have done a lot of research on the internet, and there are a lot of data to support that most of us are suffered from the procrastination. So, what is procrastination? The term comes from a Latin word of procrastinare, which literally is explained as always putting off things till tomorrow, and then tomorrow, and then until the deadline. So psychologists have been interested in doing research on this topic for centuries. Since the term itself have been entered into English language since 16th centuries. Pierre Steele's defines the procrastination as always as willingly deferring something, even though you expect the delay may make you worse off. In other words, if you are saying, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die, you are not real procrastinators. Procrastinating because you know that the delaying may be the most efficient use of your time. It comes from the mysterious confidence from your heart, and as if a bet between the unlimited human potential and the limited time deadline. In other words, it seems that maybe the procrastinators may be not a bad habit, but the most prolific way for both gaining the achievements and enjoy your life. However, is it true? The answer is absolutely, it's not. For the reason that when we procrastinate, maybe we should have to sacrifice our time, our enjoyable time with our families or our friends due to suffering from the unfinished tasks just my yesterday's party. And the very limited time for preparing just help us get a so-so output instead of a brilliant one. Therefore, as illustrated above, it could be inferred that procrastination is a universal syndrome among us. It is a common ground. So now please allow me to introduce you 3 stories about procrastination, from which we may get some sense of realization. The first story is about the Facebook. The founder of the Facebook, Zuckerberg, have set up the original framework of face match just in one night, after he was dumped by his girlfriend. Likewise, he updated the face match into the Facebook by incorporating the presentation of social relationship as soon as he got the inspiration from the net conference in Moscow. He just realized the website in 3 days and have successfully founded the leading social network. However, you know what? The Jackson schoolmates, the Winklevoss twins, have came up with the idea of Facebook just 42 days before dark. But they took such a long time discussing and hesitating whether they should develop their own Facebook or not, which are attributed to their procrastination and the lack of hesitation, the lack of execution. So the story tells us that the procrastination makes you shilly-shally and finally makes nothing. The second story I want to tell you is that a very famous tragedy. Everyone knows the Shakespeare's famous great tragedy of Hamlet, right? Yes, this fictional character may be one of the world's most famous procrastinators. At the start of the play, his father's ghost visits Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark, and tells him to arrange his murder. To be or not to be, Hamlet asks himself. Well, the real question is, are you going to kill your uncle Claudius, your father's murderer, or not? Instead, Hamlet dilly-dallies for most part of the play, which is Shakespeare's longest 4.5 hours in the uncut version. Then steps another character, Claudius, to death instead. He eventually does slay the uncle Claudius, but only after his beloved girl called Ophelia has committed suicide, and his mother and some other characters have died first. It could be concluded that the procrastination not only hurts himself, but also others. Hence, it may destroy the whole team. Besides the well-known people, one of my friends also suffered from the problem of procrastination, paying the price of his love. He was my classmate when I was an undergraduate student in China, and he fell in love with one of my roommates called Sarah. I witnessed how he loved Sarah without any return, and I know also that Sarah liked him very much, and are always waiting for him. Acting as an intermediary, I urged the boy to confess to Sarah, but the boy told me that he just needed more time to be responsible for his love, and he wanted to get a good time. So I asked him, what is a good time? Is the girl's birthday, or is the Valentine's Day, or any other special day? He answered that he did not know either. He just did not want to confess to Sarah, and did not want to be responsible for this love. He wanted to just procrastinate till he was ready. And then the girl told him, I love you very much. I loved you, but I can't wait anymore. Yes, finally they didn't get a happy ending, because the girl have waited the boy for such a long time, and she should deserve the right boy who may be more brave or more responsible. So procrastination sometimes presents as itself as someone who lacks courage to take his or her responsibility, but chooses avoidance. Consequently, it can be observed that the procrastination is a big stumbling block on our way to success. So should we just put an end to procrastination and just do it right now? The answer is yes, definitely, we should. Yes, actually, even as lazy as me, once I overcame procrastination, and then I can finally stand before you until. Well, at that time, I was endeavoring to get my IELTS, GPA, and my social work in eyesight. I used to put everything off till the deadline. For instance, to deal with my final examination, I tended to review my whole semester courses during last week by spending few overnights studying. I took IELTS because one of my best friend Jessica, she decided to apply for NTU as well just 3 months before the deadline of the application. And we just made a few promises that for coming and encouraging each other. So after making such a decision, I think I realized that I could not procrastinate anymore. The IELTS was very close to my final examination, so which means that I had to focus on the major courses of my examination. Hence, I had to study my major courses and finish my homework as soon as possible. Then I can get some time for my English study. And my major in my university was Japanese, which means that I hardly studied English during my uni time, and it is not easy to me to remember more than 7,000 words just in 2 months. At that time, I have to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning, and then to study English, and then from 8 a.m. to 5:25 p.m. I have to focus on my major course study, and after that, I have to go to ISA to handle some administration work for about 2 hours, and then the following 2 hours, I have to focus on my major course review. Only have finished all these things above, I can get some time on my English study. It is complicated to say how I studied English, but after the busy period of 2 months, I understood one thing. It's if you divided the big task into several small tasks, and then set a deadline to each small task, and try our best to accomplish it. No matter its urgency, we will finally make the big task, the initial task, perfectly. Every small achievement gets gotten through setting small goals and by accomplishing it incrementally. As the word says, yesterday you'll say tomorrow, but today is the tomorrow. I have admit that I spent a busy, tired, but very happy 2 months. I was very happy because I could feel a sense of accomplishment from my hard work. Since then, I have learned the lessons to beat the procrastination, and which could be represented like this. The first step is to find out why. Why we procrastinate? Is it a fear of the failure, or the fear of success, or the silent protest against the task? And then the second step is to become a professional in attitude. You should tell yourself you must do it even you don't like it. And the third reward means the time management. And you should set timer for about maybe 25 minutes or something others, and then focus just on one task each. And the first step is to remove distractions. The distractions may be the Facebook, the WhatsApp, or something else. And the fifth step is to make public privilege. Just tell somebody you are going to finish the task, and it will maybe make you, will add you pressure, and you want to just finish it as soon as possible because you don't want to let yourself be embarrassed. So it may be one of the motivators. Then here comes a beautiful poem for us, which tells us when we fail to do something, or when we fail to do something, we usually blame the limited time or the obstacle we cannot overcome. But what beat ourselves is ourselves, because we are not tough enough to carry out our decision, to insist on our dreams without any hesitation. So please kindly put an end to procrastination by following the slogan from Nike: just do it, and never too late. Doing right now, living right now, and striving right now. That's all about my presentation. Thank you.